Hey, Warren Eckstein. When behaviors stop being rewarded, very often the behavior will disappear. However, many pet guardians like you have no idea that many of the behavior issues that their dogs have are actually created by them. Think of it. Jumping up, giving the paw, begging, get that squirrel. We've done it all. If your dog is not receiving attention, whether it's positive or negative, it makes no difference. The behavior can actually start to dissipate. Here's the scenario. Dogs are like children that way. They respond to attention. Whether it's negative attention or positive attention, it's still attention. So very often, a dog will respond to the person, the guardian, who's constantly, bad dog, no, 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 because that's the only time the dog is getting attention. It's important to make sure that your dog is getting attention when he's doing something right and not overreacting when he's doing something wrong. As I said earlier, when a dog realizes they're really smarter than we give them credit for, when your dog starts to realize that when he's doing something like begging or jumping up, he's not getting any attention, you're not overreacting to it, you're just kind of walking away, very often ignoring the situation is the best way to resolve it. There's a lot of ways to resolve situations that our dogs have created or we've created for our dogs. The most important thing is to look at it from the dog's point of view. Why is it okay if I jump up now, but when I jump on someone else, it's not okay? There are things you can do. For example, my dogs know how to jump up, but I taught them to do it on command. So I say jump up and they jump, but they don't jump on other people. So remember, consistency is important and don't overreact. If your dog is doing something that you don't want him to do, take the time to focus on educating him and teach him what you do want to do. For example, digging in the backyard. We've talked about this before. I've done shorts on this. If your dog's digging in the backyard and you go out there and say, stop, 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 you're actually getting the dog more excited. He's going to dig more. Dogs have to dig. Give them a place to dig. Put a little kiddie pool. Give them a little sandbox in the backyard. All kidding aside, the most important thing that you can understand that I can really relay to you right now is this. Having trained over 40,000 dogs myself, some in classes, some individually, the one thing I've learned after all these years is that dogs very often are a little bit brighter than the people they live with. They know what they can do, when they can do it, when they can get away with it, when they can't get away with it. So remember, consistency is important. But remember, if your dog has a behavior that you want to resolve, sometimes the best way to resolve that behavior is ignore it. There are other things you need to do. If it's an aggressive behavior, of course, you got to resolve it. But sometimes the behaviors that we want to resolve are taught by us. Now you know the definition of neurosis and why our dogs behave the way they do sometimes. So remember, be consistent. Don't overcorrect the dog if he's doing something wrong. Take the time to teach him how to do it right. That's the difference. So many people focus on telling the dog, don't do this, don't do that, stop this, stop that. But they never take the time to actually educate or teach the dog what they want. If you take the time to teach the dog what you want, the dog's going to respond 85% of the time. Nothing alive responds 100% of the time. So remember, it's not your dog's fault if he's looking for attention, negative or positive. It may mean that he's not getting enough attention at all. So remember, if your dog is doing something wrong and it's something you've taught him, take the time to retrain him, not overly correct him, because again, you're just reinforcing the problem. I'm Warren Eckstein.